the people who say that Ripple is somehow your word, the devil, it's because we're partnering with the man. We decided if you want to enable an internet of value, you got to connect to the repositories of value, and the repositories of value are the banks.
We certainly want to see banks succeed in this new world order.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But of course, you have to do your own research. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks flat. Right now, Bitcoin and cryptos overall, as I'm doing this video, is slightly pulling back. Now, guys, do not forget to watch the video I did last night. Joe Rogan, Post Malone, speaking about CBDCs. Remember, guys, from the mainstream media and these big podcasts, they're not going to educate you on the fourth industrial revolution or how to benefit on the technology. Remember, the big corporations control them. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Coinbase Layer 2 network base hits 136,000 daily active users, but only sees $10 million in inflows on the first day. But guys, as we know, as the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We are seeing yield rates spike. We saw them pull back, but this morning they spiked up. We have the dollar up, and we know that's not good for markets. We have volume in crypto slightly down, and we have Tether and USDC. And Circle says they have $1 billion sitting on the sideline in cash. And they are preparing themselves for the downturn. But guys, when we look at these big corporations like Apple or Berkshire, they have hundreds of billions of dollars sitting on the sideline in cash because we know that consolidation is just starting. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have the Fed repo at $1.75 trillion, and we know the central banks are raising rates and run off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we're starting to see the completion of that free money being airdropped. Universal basic income, the cashless society. Now we have the Bank of Canada says Canadians have weak incentives to use CBDCs. And guys, what do we hear from that? That's right, dangle that carrot, because we know it's definitely coming. And if that doesn't work, we know they're going to bring out the sticks. And in this report, guys, they talk about the cashless society. So if you listen to the leaders, if you take the time and read these reports, they clearly let you know the agenda. It's not hidden, guys. The best place to hide a secret is in plain sight. But unfortunately, the sheep are distracted on things that don't matter. And by the time they wake up, the machines would have already taken over the economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $24.5 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Visa explores crypto gas fee payments through cards. And we know the go. Instead of using Ethereum for these gas fees, they want you to use the actual stable coins. That's going to uncongest the actual blockchain. And then plus, guys, when you look at these ZK rollups, everything's going to be moving at the speed of light, which we know is going to make everything cheaper. And of course, guys, that changes our whole banking system. But of course, guys, this is done on the back end. No one's going to actually see the technology. And we know the reason why it's taking so long to bring this technology to the people, because they want it to be seamless. They don't want them to think. They just want them to tap and keep it moving. No critical thinking allowed. Now we have Binance applies for Taiwan compliance. Guys, we know crypto is global. I don't care what country you go to, they all have a plan. But then also we know that the fourth industrial revolution rises in the emerging markets. And I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if FTX 2.0 rises in the emerging markets, and it looks like FTX 2.0 may be launching soon, and we know that FTX token may benefit. And then lastly, guys, we have XRP. Briefly, it's $50 on Gemini. And we know Gemini just relisted, and they say they had a glitch. And then also, guys, we have Ripple joins the BIS Cross-Border Payments Task Force, and we know that's for the G20 agenda. And like I state all the time, guys, if you look at an NWO agenda, you will see Ripple help push it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.